Welcome to TMZ Live. More drama over these Stefon Diggs allegations. You know, he has now been charged with felonies, allegedly strangling his personal chef. And she has filed a police report. On the heels of her filing this, the New England Patriots came out and said, "We support Stefon Diggs."
Which is not a shocking thing for a team to say.
But
it's
then
the
they
fact
added,
that right after that, they said, "We are investigating these allegations."
so how do you make the conclusion of supporting him?
And what if you find out that he actually did something?
Before you know exactly what happened.
Right. It doesn't seem to make sense. And the team's coach, Mike Vrabel, was asked that question point blank this morning. Pay attention to how he answers this.
The team statement that was released yesterday about Diggs in relation to the Diggs situation. It says, "We support Stefon." What does that mean?
That everybody that we care about and that we have been close to for a while, that we support, and we do. And we understand that there's allegations, but we also want to support each and every player and each and every coach and each and every staff member.
Any concern about the availability of both players?
Christian's away with the illness today, but no, I haven't heard anything that would keep either player from the game.
Well, that's another player that's
We'll get to the other player as well, because there was another player who's accused of striking a woman.
But with all due respect, the answer he gave made no sense. That he
doesn't
completely
answer the question
skirted it.
of exactly how are you just sounds like you are. It makes it sound like they are blindly supporting him without actually knowing the facts, and that's what everybody wants to know here. What are the facts? So, did they sort of tip their hand as to how they're going to deal with this?
And we should explain. I mean, look, the Patriots are going into the playoffs. Stefon Diggs is
They
a
are
star.
the number one seed in the playoffs.
Stefon Diggs is a huge
Cardi
star.
B is at all the games now.
So they have a lot of reasons to want Stefon Diggs to play. Now, and by the way, we're not saying that he did what he's alleged to have done. We don't know.
And it sounds like the Patriots don't know either.
But that comment is revealing. So let's dig into it.
Yes, joining us now to discuss this, a former NFL exec, Andrew Brandt, and he is joining us right now. Andrew, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Good to be with you guys. What a great season for the New England Patriots. That, like you said, a number one seed in the AFC, which no one predicted at the start of the year. No one. And here we are with not one but two statements, as you said, over the past 2 days. And really it comes down to, I did this with the Packers for 10 years. When we had a player in trouble, draft something that says, yeah, we're looking into it. We don't know what's going on. What you really mean is we're pissed that we have to go through this.
Right.
But you show support. And I just want to say right away, greater tolerance equals greater talent. A player that's down the line on the roster probably wouldn't be on the roster today. But when you talk about a player at that level, they're going to support. They're going to see where this goes. And as we sit here today, there's a court date in late January, so they can kind of play this for a while.
But Andrew, what you just said, there's a big difference between supporting the player, like when the team meets with him, they say, look, we're going to support you, we're going to see you through this whole process. But to come out and specifically say, we support Stefon, is the part you can say it to him in the locker room, in the meeting with team execs, but then for them to say it publicly, we support him, makes it sound like you're just going to support him no matter what, and you're also saying you don't know the answers when you say you were investigating.
Yeah, I think the word support is subject to interpretation there. I think what Mike Vrabel is saying is, hey, we've got a lot going on here. We're not going to let this derail what's been a great season. Obviously, the playoffs are on the way. I think they want to say, like he said, we do it with coaches and other front office staff. We're going to be behind them in a way that we can say, you're still with us. We're not separating, but we'll see where this goes.
Well, there's an answer to that. The simple answer is you say that we're not prejudging anybody, innocent until proven guilty, and we're doing an investigation. And you leave it at that, and nobody can argue it. You know, I got to tell you, the way I'm seeing this, I really want to know what you think. this woman, the personal chef, went to the police on December 16th, and she laid out what happened and then said, I do not want to file a police report, at least, or file charges, at least not now.
Right.
A week later, December 23rd, she goes back and says, now I do. Now I want to file charges. What this is saying to me, and I'm a lawyer, you're a lawyer, what it's saying to me is that they have tried to negotiate something, and there's nothing wrong with that,
Right.
but that they couldn't come to terms. And she said, okay, I'm going to escalate it. And
So
now,
you're saying
and
going to the police, filing the report is just a way to get leverage?
get leverage to say, I'm really serious about this. I'm not just saying it. I've now gone to the police, but I haven't pulled the ripcord. And if you don't pay me X, I'm going to pull the ripcord. And she did on December 23rd. So the way I see this, they could still now come to terms, and you can't make a settlement where you say, and you have to drop charges. That's illegal. But she could then say, okay, I don't want to cooperate anymore, and it goes away.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there are two parts here, as you just mentioned. There's the financial part, and all signs point to exactly what you talked about, Harvey, that there was a negotiation between representatives for her and for Diggs. That did not result in a settlement. It doesn't mean there won't be one before any trial date, but that hasn't happened. That does not excuse, like you said, the behavior or whatever happened, and that has to be dealt with, whether in a criminal trial or some kind of settlement judicially, or plea, no contest plea, whatever it may be. But listen, there are two aspects here. We've talked a lot about the Patriots. There's also the NFL. And as I've talked to you many times here before, we have what I call the conduct commissioner in the NFL. Roger Goodell, more than any commissioner in major sports, has been very cognizant of what he calls first-class behavior and role modeling by, the top players, especially. Ben Roethlisberger was suspended 6 games for something that happened between him and a woman in a bathroom, no criminal charges. Ezekiel Elliott, 6 games, no criminal charges. So we're going to see what happens here. My sense is, even though Goodell could look at the police report and make some determination on conduct enforcement now, is that he won't. He will let this play through at least through the court date before we see conduct discipline, which may not take effect, if there is one, till next season.
One more question, Andrew. The Christian Barmore, which we heard Mike Vrabel referring to. Christian Barmore is a defensive end for the team, a star player, not quite the caliber of Stefon Diggs, but a star player nonetheless. He has been accused. Interestingly, it was also on December 16th that the charges were filed. A girlfriend accused him of striking her during an argument that happened back in August, but on December 16th, the charges were filed. The Patriots' statement about Barmore didn't use those words, we support Christian, but it did use all the other language about we are aware of it, we're investigating. If you're Christian, do you feel like he kind of said it in the news conference, but their statement did not have the we support him. Should fans read anything into that?
We're parsing whether the support word, why it wasn't used here versus there, but as you guys noted, what every coach, every organization heading to the playoffs is concerned about more than anything else, no distractions, all focused on the goal. Wow, this is taking away from that. Now, the games Sunday may not be that meaningful, but when they get to the playoffs, it's all hands on deck. We'll see if the Barmore or Diggs situations continue to sort of be in the air around the Patriots, because that won't be good. And God forbid they have a early exit from the playoffs, and then people start pointing to this.
Yeah. Well, you said it at the beginning that it's very situational, that the better the player, the more the tolerance. And that's not a great kind of code of ethics that when people on the outside look at and say, that makes no sense. So somebody who's really good can get away with things that are really bad, whereas somebody who's not great for a much lesser thing can get sacked. And that doesn't feel like appropriate justice, right?
No, and the last thing I'll say is that the responses I've gotten the last couple of days, people who don't follow or like the Patriots, throw the book at them. People who support the Patriots, I just hope they don't do anything until after the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, this is the fan aspect of things, and yes, it's not quote unquote ethical to treat players differently, but it's reality.
Yeah.
And I've lived it on both sides, being an agent, being a team executive, being an analyst. I see it all the time.
True.
We really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Andrew. Good to see you.
Always enjoyed, guys.
Happy New
You
Year.
take care. Happy New Year.
Coming up.
Well, this is all the proof you need that Travis Kelce never, ever, ever wants to look back at his life before Taylor Swift.
Would you rather be forced and tortured catching Kelce on a loop for the rest of your life, or get Brazilian waxed like Jason?
Yeah, I'd rather just get my waxed.
Be right back.
Well, this is all the proof you need that Travis Kelce never, ever, ever wants to look back at his life before Taylor Swift. And a lot of people, there's been a lot of talk about how Travis has transformed over the years from who he was, say, 4 years ago compared to who he is now. A lot of people feel like he is sort of morphed into...
Let's translate. He was a player, and now
Not just a football player.
And now he is a fiance.
Yes.
And those are two very different things, and particularly when the co-fiance is Taylor Swift.
Right.
He doesn't want that dredged up about his player life.
There is a particular era, and then that player life.
Oh, another era.
Yes.
Maybe she'll do.
Travis's player era. But no, he doesn't want to go back there. This is what he'd say about it on New Heights.
Would you rather be forced and tortured catching Kelce on a loop for the rest of your life, or get Brazilian waxed like Jason?
I'd rather get Brazilian waxed.
Yeah, just rip it off.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, easy decision.
By the way, the guy that, maybe not Brazilian waxed, but a guy we've mentioned Fitz multiple times. Did you see him?
Just got waxed.
Did you see him get waxed on TV, dude?
I did, and that's chest. I think chest might be worst.
Dude, it's so tender. Especially if you like the hair's been there for a long time.
You get around that areola?
Oh baby. Oh baby. That thing might rip off. That thing might rip off. It's so tender. Yeah, I'd rather just get my waxed.
So
Catching Kelce was an era, to say the least.
So it's a reality show where basically
It was
he was looking for a girlfriend,
Yes.
and all these women were vying for it, and
But
he
just
was
look at him,
playing
like he was just
playing
a
it up.
different guy altogether.
Yeah.
Different look, sounded different.
So hold on, but the question then is,
Would Taylor want to watch it?
What's his motivation? Is his motivation that he's saying, look, I've changed, or I don't want Taylor to have to...
No, I think it's that he's changed.
I think it
he's
has
totally a different guy.
nothing to do with Taylor.
Really?
If you've ever seen any clips from this show, it is cringe city. And he has talked about this in the past.
How so?
Where he's like just saying really corny things or doing things that like, it's a dating show. It's not It's not a Scorsese movie, okay? And so he's doing
And
all
he's
these
doing
different
Scorsese
things
now?
that are super, pretty much. I mean, he did a Ryan Murphy show.
Yes.
He's on his way.
I mean,
But-
New Heights is Scorsese compared to Catching Kelce.
So it is just something that he is not super proud of. And yeah, he was probably doing things that he didn't want to do at the time either. Producers were in his ear saying, make
hold
this
on. He
joke,
probably
do
wants.
this.
Yeah.
You know who Travis Kelce was then. He wanted to do it. He was happy to do that show.
Yeah, at the time.
Yes, at the time.
Because it was going to make him a bigger star. At the time, he was a no-name tight end from Ohio.
Okay, if he never met Taylor Swift, would he be this guy or that guy today?
I think he is still very similar to who he was prior to Taylor Swift.
Really?
I think you're making it sound
Would
like
he have the
she
same
has
haircut?
changed him entirely. He did not have a bad haircut prior to Taylor Swift.
I didn't say it was
when
a
he
bad
was dating
haircut.
Kayla Nicole.
I didn't say it was bad. I said it was different.
He had motion before he dated Taylor Swift.
He had motion.
Yes.
What does that mean?
He'll explain.
Hi, it's Yusra from Minnesota, and all I have to say is he has changed so much being with Taylor Swift, and I know Taylor Swift changed him because she has a way to map out everything around her to be calculated in the way she wants. Just being a Swiftie, and I know how she maps things, it's just like, wow, Easter egg after Easter egg. We know how Taylor Swift is. She would control the narrative and make sure Travis Kelce acts appropriately. So I understand why he said, oh, I don't want to be correlated with that. She wouldn't let him be correlated with that.
You do know what you said can be reduced to.
Yeah, don't say the word. Don't say the word. But yes, that's exactly what she meant. That Travis is Taylor's, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom back together in London for their kid. Yes, the co-parenting is working out for them. Obviously, it certainly looks like it, at least. I mean, we don't know what's being said, but everyone's all smiles. They're in London, in Hyde Park. They have like this winter carnival, a winter wonderland or something they call it. I don't know where they got that name from. Anyway, but yeah, they seem to be getting along for sake of Daisy.
I always wondered about this, and I'm not trying to like open wounds here, but I wonder if when a family, they didn't divorce because they were never married, but when they separate or divorce, whatever, is it harder on the kid if they get back together, because kids get false hope real easy, as opposed to you just kind of do it on your own? It's one thing to have a dinner. It's another thing to go on a trip. And I just wonder, is it easier or harder on the kid? We're on our live stream right now. Let's ask that. Luca, ask that as a poll. Easier in the kid or harder in the kid for a separated couple to go on vacation together?
Well, look, their daughter is 5 years old. Daisy's 5, so I'm not sure that she really fully understands her parents.
She just needs to
being
know
separated.
That she sees
But they know daddy's not here or mommy.
She needs, as long as she sees both of them
life
with
is
some
good.
regularity, then
And
it's
also,
fine, especially at 5.
It appears that neither one of them brought like a significant other. Like Orlando wasn't there with somebody, Katy wasn't there with Justin Trudeau. In the photo we have of them on this little ornament ride, it appears like maybe a family member.
All the more reason. So all of a sudden, mommy and daddy are together,
but it's the holiday, so that's what she expects.
But you're thinking as an adult. I'm saying as a kid.
I'm thinking as a kid. When holidays come around, you expect to be doing things with your family. So
think
that makes it normal for her.
I think there's a byproduct that kids want their parents to be together.
What I think is interesting is, how does the co-parenting go once one of or both are now with someone else?
Yeah.
Which is the case this Christmas, is that she's very clearly with Justin Trudeau.
But
and so how is it between them?
They may have talked about it before, and honestly, I'm just going to give you a gut. I have no basis other than a gut. Orlando's fine.
Yeah, I think
they're both doing okay.
Why he wouldn't be?
But another elephant in the room to talk about is Russell Brand, Katy's ex-husband, throwing shots at Justin Trudeau, but also saying, like, I'm okay being in the same, being paired up with Orlando Bloom, but Justin Trudeau, he called him a chump.
At all?
Oh, because it's a political thing, because
he was on stage at Turning Point.
It's a political thing.
So it'll be interesting if Orlando and Katy talk about that at all.
Hi, I'm Alexis. I'm here in Houston, Texas. I personally love seeing Katy and Orlando co-parenting in this way, in a happy, healthy way, where they both look like they have a lot of mutual respect for each other, a lot of love for each other. Obviously, they were together for 9 years. I think in an age where we have stars like Nick Cannon, who has 12 children with 6 different mothers, where it's physically impossible to be a present parent in that situation. Yeah. I think it's really nice to see 2 present, active Hollywood stars that clearly love each other and love their daughter. I came from divorced parents who co-parented in this way, and personally for me, I treasure those experiences and those memories.
Well, by the way, where were you born?
I was born in San Antonio.
Okay, did they name you Alexis from Texas because it rhymed?
No, it was just a name that my mom always loved, so that's where. Okay. And I just happened to be from Texas.
I was just curious.
Oh, okay. Boy. So we got Alexa's opinion about the divorce. Do we have results from where's Luca? Do we have results from our poll?
Yes, it's
Luca.
Yes.
Do we have poll results yet?
They couldn't hear me, so the poll is going up.
All right.
Okay, we're going to take a break.
We'll take a break.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll let you know what the poll says, whether it's better or worse for kids when parents who are separated
come
on
back
vacation together.
Coming up.
Jennifer Lopez says she has every right to wear whatever she wants, and there's a very good reason, not just because she has free will as a human being, but she also has a body to back it up.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
Phoebe Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too. Did you just say look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at.
Okay, let's bring Luke in. Luke, come over. Okay, so we put a poll up on our live stream. Find out whether people think it's a good idea or a bad idea for children if their separated parents go on vacation with the children.
Is it confusing to the kids? Yeah. So is it better or worse?
Good or worse for the kids?
And
so for a while there, it was 50-50 dead even, but right now it's 55% on it's not good for the kid.
Not good for the kids. See?
45% saying yes, 55% saying no.
First of all, that means nothing.
Oh,
and all you wanted was just to be, as long as they agreed with.
No, I didn't ask them.
With your horrible.
You're upset. You would have been, oh, look, I'm right.
No,
if you would have been the other.
Anything. I would have said everyone's just speaking from their own experience.
Such BS that he's saying right now. He would have been, oh, the poll, see, it proves I'm right. Anyway, thanks, Luca.
Let me tell you how I'm right. The camera's over here, even though you keep looking over there.
I'm looking where I want to look.
Anyway. Speaking of being right, Jennifer Lopez says she has every right to wear whatever she wants, and there's a very good reason, not just because she has free will as a human being, but she also has a body to back it up. Well, this is what she said.
But because she was reading comments, people saying you're too old to
since
show
Christmas Day when she posted that video, and people were like, oh, some of this is Photoshop. You shouldn't have been wearing that anyway. Why are you wearing something so revealing? She answered all of them last night as she kicked off her new Las Vegas residency. Here's what she said.
But it was funny. I do laugh at some of the things sometimes because they do say funny things too. Yeah. And one of the things said, why when she takes pictures she always smiles with her mouth open? Why she always do that? Why she smile? Why she take pictures like that? Why she always dressed that way? Why she dresses that way? Why don't she dress her age? I was like, huh? What? Why she always naked?
J-Lo, you be you. We love you.
And I said, if you had this booty, you be naked too. Come on.
Wow.
Best press conference ever. Best press conference ever.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, was that the end of the show?
No, I was just talking about when she turned around.
That would have been a good end for the show.
I mean, it's just interesting that, like, no matter how famous you are, you still see the negative comments. Like, clearly, it's getting back to her.
Don't look at the comments.
That people have this opinion that she's, like, too old to be dressing like this. But, end of the day.
So we're going to tell you a secret, a TMZ secret, that we rarely talk about, but I'm going to do it because it's a special day.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to do it in the form...
I don't know what he's about to say, and I'm
going to do it in the form of the question, and Charles will give you the answer I know he will give you. Take a guess on the single biggest complaint we get from celebrities when we post stories.
They want the picture changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the vanity.
Or someone representing them sometimes.
Right. But the vanity of all of it, it does not escape
very much. By the way, they're in a business that's called show business, so obviously they care, even though they act like they don't.
Right.
They very much do. By the way, speaking of J-Lo and that, as she said, that booty, there was someone else on stage with her last night at the residency. Ja Rule came out and did a couple of their songs together, and he also seems to think, wow, that there is nothing wrong with showing her booty.
We have to blur that?
Yeah, it was a very revealing
I guess
she wasn't naked.
I guess I got to get out to Vegas.
No, I saw her in Vegas 2 years ago.
She was not.
I
So did
remember
I,
when
and
you
she was
went.
not wearing that outfit.
Well, it was pretty close.
My name is Christiana. I'm from New York City, just like J-Lo. And I think that J-Lo looks damn good for 56 years old. I mean, I would prefer to talk about the 4 marriages and the 4 divorces than her body. She works really hard. She's a performer, and she keeps herself fit. And I think that she deserves to show her body off the way that she wants to, and you can't be mad at her.
Well, she's not going to say, "Oh, I know people are commenting about my 4 divorces."
Right.
That one, she doesn't have a
She's
good.
not bringing that
she
up.
doesn't have a good punchline for that one.
Coming up.
Nicki Minaj is about to be packing her bags to head back to Trinidad and Tobago.
But not voluntarily.
If about 75,000 people got their wish, this is the latest wave of backlash that Nicki Minaj has been getting.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Nicki Minaj is about to be packing her bags to head back to Trinidad and Tobago.
But not voluntarily.
If about 75,000 people got their wish, which I should say up front, they're not going to get it. Sorry. But this is the latest wave of backlash that Nicki Minaj has been getting ever since she supported President Trump's efforts in Nigeria.
And then went full MAGA.
And then went full MAGA at the Turning Point USA convention, where she openly just gushed over not only President Trump, but Vice President Vance. And some of her supporters, and I should say definitely her detractors who didn't like her even before this, have now decided that they are going to get signatures on a petition. Now, what is impressive here is the number of people who have signed this petition, which it is on change.org, and it says basically because Nicki has embraced the Trump administration, because she has been attacking Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Oh, and who she married to,
on and on. For all these reasons,
she needs to be
deported.
Sent to Trinidad.
70, as of right now, the count is at 74,000. I'm sure it'll go up as the day continues.
I'm so happy to talk about this because the level of stupidity and hypocrisy in this is breathtaking. That the people who are signing this petition are the same people who are angry over Trump's immigration policy, where they say he is illegally sending people out of the country. Some people. People who are angry that people get sent to foreign countries like El Salvador. So they want to do the same thing with their political enemies that they're condemning Trump for doing to his. You don't base that kind of conduct on whether you're friends or enemies with the person.
It's also stupid because
nothing's going to come out of it.
Because nothing is going to come out of it. I understand
we know nothing's going to come out.
Hold on a second, but
we know
here's the part they're forgetting. Change.org, or really changenothing.org, because that's all that happens. Who do you think is going to have to do the deporting? Even if this did carry any weight, and it doesn't, who would be the person doing the deporting?
Donald Trump, who's not going to.
Exactly. So what are they doing?
But that's not the point. Obviously, it's not going to happen. What I'm saying is the mindset that I don't think people generally want democracy, because this kind of proves it. The people doing this to Nicki Minaj are on the left. And the people on the left who are saying this don't give a crap about democracy. They just want to get rid of their enemies. There are people on the right who want to do exactly the same thing to people on the left. And none of those, and they are.
Yes,
and none of those, I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, get a little political, really going after Letitia James for mortgage fraud. I mean,
but it's not political. The mindset is to knock down her celebrity. You know, she has a new album coming out. You know,
she's going to knock down her celebrity.
Yeah, well, like this is making her very unpopular.
Boosting her celebrity.
Well, but not for Nicki Minaj fans. Maybe for the MAGA side, but not for the people who are going to pay her bills and pay her mansion bills.
Well, then don't buy her album.
I think that's what's going to happen.
With this stupid thing, send her to Trinidad. I mean, that's like one of those racist comments.
Well,
Send them back to where they came. You know, it's a really crappy comment.
By the way, who started? Was this petition started by a Barb or one of Cardi's supporters?
So it definitely looks like a troll, but their name is pedo Nicki Minaj, which is a shot at Kenneth Petty.
Yeah.
You know, pedo.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they used all his mug shots in the change. But I'm actually
So we don't know. We don't know who
really.
really started it.
Yeah,
Could be
a pissed off, like you said, a pissed off Barb
Well,
on the left.
Barb, or it could be a Cardi fan.
They're all either one. They're stupid.
Jamila from Atlanta, and I mean, although I am anti-deportation, and I agree, I don't think the change.org is going to do anything. I think it's a very clear indication that this is what happens when you do clownery. The clown comes back to bite. I mean, Nicki has betrayed a huge part of her base, and this is not surprising to me. Her grip is not working. And so this is more so a look at what happens when you betray and go against your own interests. It is what it is.
But what if she believes, like, what if she really is MAGA? And she's just saying, look, this is the way I feel. How is that betraying her base if she's expressing her honest feelings? I'm asking.
I mean, honest feelings or not, your base was built off the point of you being a Black woman as well as the queer community. And you made disparaging comments against those people. And those are the very people that have supported you in your career this entire time. It's not confusing that they are disappointed in you. Like I said, I don't think that the deportation is going to happen, but I think it's just more so a view of like, people are not messing with you no more.
Right. Listen, and I get the people who feel that she has betrayed them, and you can speak up and you can say that and you can post about it. That's fine. That's free speech, and you can voice your opinion. She's going to voice hers, but to deport her is not the answer.
That's ridiculous.
Taylor Swift's generosity is legendary. It is just one of the things that she has done very openly with random fans at times and very specific people and organizations. The most recent one was a worker at Arrowhead Stadium on Christmas Day when the Chiefs were playing. We told you about this, that she tipped a server that they had in their luxury box $600. And that server's name is Robin Gentry. We spoke to her about what this gift meant to her. It's way more than just, yes, it's at Christmas time and it could help with Christmas gifts. She is raising 8 children, so certainly the money would help for that. But it also came at the perfect time for something that Robin and her family are dealing with.
5 of those children lost their grandma this year, just a few months before Christmas, and it was very unexpected. And grandma is the one that made everything magical. Everything is hard now. And so I just wanted to be able to give those kids the best Christmas possible and then come home and share this really cool experience with them. And it just made, if Christmas needed to be any more magical than what we could have made it, other than grandma being there and other than, you know, the rest of the kids being there and everyone all being together on Christmas, was just that's just a story that just tops the cake. She didn't have to do that. I'm grateful, and I hope that she knows from everybody who receives something, thank you so much.
So she's framing one of the $100 bills.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I guess.
Oh, there it is.
You wanted to remember it, but also this woman could, like, anyone could use that money.
But certainly
Like,
someone raising 8 kids. But I think it's nice. It's like break in case of emergency.
Also, like, was
But
Taylor walking
for now-
around with just hundreds and hundreds of dollars of bills
apparently
on
that's
her?
what we've heard, that she and Travis were doing that after the game.
So it wasn't just her.
Right,
Okay.
it wasn't just Robin. I mean, Robin was working as a server in their luxury box, but there were other people who were working that day. And honestly, the fact that they can is great, but the fact that they actually did it is even more.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that all those people who had to work at the stadium that day were out when the schedule came out, were like, great. we have to
Especially
work
when,
on
like, it's a
Christmas Day.
useless game. Like, the Chiefs are already out. What are we playing for?
Well, yes, and then once and then once the Chiefs weren't going to be in the playoffs, then it
Right.
was really like,
Why are we here?
Well,
We gotta
no,
work on Christmas Day.
they're not working because they're rooting for the Chiefs.
No. I'm saying when the schedule comes out.
Well, I mean, and this is no shade on Robin, but I'm assuming they're getting
Yes,
overtime.
they probably get overtime. 'cause
Yeah.
She said this was worth.
I
But
know.
it's not because the Chiefs are.
No, my point was when the schedule came out, they looked at it and were like, why? God,
Like, why are we working? Yeah.
But it worked out.
Do you think this was a PR move or just them being nice, generous
them-
people? A
it's
little bit of both.
It's charity.
Hey, I'm Noah. I'm from Alabama. And look, $100, that's nice and all, but I would not let that just sit in my living room, at least not in this economy.
Oh, if they've got 8 kids, it's like, Mommy, I don't know where it went. Do you know where it went? Does anybody know where it went?
Coming up,
Well, Stephen Colbert wants to tamp down anybody's expectations for him to run for president.
Should Stephen Colbert run for president in 2028?
I understand why you'd want me to.
Be right back.
Well, Stephen Colbert wants to tamp down anybody's expectations for him to run for president. I know that may sound ridiculous, but he has done it.
He did
somewhat jokingly, I think.
In 2012.
Right? And once before that in 2000.
But it was a joke.
2007 was definitely a joke. 2012, it felt like maybe. But no, he says it's not going to happen again. And he's thought about this. This is what he had to say. He was on a Slate panel, and someone asked him about whether or not he would run, especially now. Remember, his show is going off the air, so he's got time, but says it's not going to happen.
Got to do something. You run for president.
Should Stephen Colbert run for president in 2028?
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely, I should not run for president. I understand why you'd want me to. But, I mean, that is something, David, and everyone here tonight, that is something I'm going to have to discuss, obviously, with my faith leader and my family to see if once my service on The Late Show ends in May, if I can be of some greater service to this nation that I love so much.
So he's not running.
He's not running.
I do have,
but he's taking a shot at politics.
I do have a take at this, though. I think, because everybody's wondering, who the heck's going to run on the Democrat side?
Right.
And nobody's satisfied with any names that are coming up.
But you think it should be a big media
I think
name.
there is a late night host who could catch fire.
Do you want me to guess? Or I think.
Yes. Who am I talking?
Who are you talking about as a late night host who could catch fire?
A late night host who I think,
Jimmy Kimmel.
No.
Oh.
Who could be a serious contender for president.
Okay, well, which one? It's not Kimmel, it's not
there's not
Colbert.
that many of them left. James Corden? I don't know.
Jon Stewart.
Oh, Stewart.
Jon Stewart is beloved.
The
and
Daily Show is late night, but all right.
Well, he's late night.
Yeah, that was misleading.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
that is misleading.
I have a better ticket for you. I think Stephen A. Smith and Stephen Colbert on a joint ticket together.
No,
Stephen A. Smith likes to
Now you're
run.
gonna make me actually think his idea is better.
Go away. I'm telling you, Jon Stewart could catch fire if he did it. I really think he could. I think
he could galvanize the party.
I think he could.
Yeah.
I'm Amber from Indiana. Honestly, everyone wants to step into someone else's role for a day until they realize the system is actually broken. It's not just this president. It's everyone. While we're busy fighting each other, the system keeps working exactly how it's designed, and it's clearly not made for the working people. And I don't see a celebrity ever having the best interest at heart for the working American people.
Yeah, well, you can say that about politicians too. By the way,
can we talk about the Constitution for a second? I just want to go back to guess.
I did say
James
Corden.
Corden.
It might have dual citizenship.
Do you understand how James Corden doesn't work?
He doesn't work. He's no longer in late night, and he's not American. Those are
the late night.
Those are
is
some
not,
tough.
The late night thing is not the problem.
Well, you said it was a problem.
He's at least 35 though. He satisfies that.
No, I said the Jon Stewart.
I know,
I'm talking about the James
but for you to say
because the Daily Show is not late night.
For me, it's late night.
He never makes it to the Daily Show.
That's true. 7:30. This guy's out.
Coming up.
So George Clooney has done something that really puzzles me. So
another Ocean's movie?
Yeah, not that much.
Not that much.
But he is now a French citizen.
Be right back.
So George Clooney has done something that really puzzles me. So
another Ocean's movie?
Not that much.
Not that much.
But he is now a French citizen. He has dual citizenship in the United States and France. And he said that the primary reason that he got French citizenship was because the laws keeping paparazzi at bay are much stronger in France than they are in the United States.
From what I've read, is his intent in moving to France is to live in the countryside anyway.
But he has a house there already.
Right, and so he wants sort of farmland.
He lives in Lake Como. He lives in Beverly Hills. He has a house in France. So getting the citizenship, I'm trying to figure out if it's getting protection from paparazzi. He has it by being, whenever he's there, he has that protection. When he's not there, he doesn't.
I mean, you're focused in on the paparazzi thing,
No,
but
I'm focused on his motivation.
Well, he said the main his motivation to get the
he
citizenship.
said it was the paparazzi.
Well, and the main motivation to have the house in France, he said, is because he didn't want his kids growing up in LA.
But he has the house already. I don't understand what the motivation
it must
here
help
is.
something in the kids' schooling, right? For both parents to be.
If these kids can't get into a good school, then forget
I don't know what
it.
their grades are. I don't know what their grades are. Maybe he needs this to help.
Excuse me. My parents? Meet my parents.
Hi, guys. It's Teresa from Maryland. And good for Clooney. You're confused as to why he wants to leave. Are you serious?
Oui,
Can
oui.
you take me with him?
No, but you can go without being a citizen. And he has a house already.
But I think the point is that after you've established residency and ownership of property after a certain amount of time, you can get citizenship in a country. And given, his dislike of paparazzi, it makes sense that he would want like an official escape route. And
my point is he's got it. As long as he's there, those laws apply.
They clearly want to raise the kids in France and have them go to school in France.
I don't think it's that clear.
We're not settling this.
Okay. What else you guys want to talk about?
Hello, everyone. My name is Maurice Cadell Jr. from Baltimore, Maryland. J-Lo claps back at haters and says she's always naked. Personally, I don't think that's a problem. It's her body, her choice.
Oh, I didn't know what that's what it meant.
Here. Yes. Preach, Maurice.
But you know that she's a performer, and this is what she does. She has literally plenty of songs that showcasing her body, so why does it matter now? And I get it. It's J-Lo. We all love J-Lo, but if I had a body like hers, I would show it off, too.
You know why it matters, Maurice, is because now she's 56, and now everybody else wants to hate on her because really they're
jealous.
Yes.
They're jealous. I mean, she looks amazing.
It's all about jealousy.
The fact that she is 56 makes it better. Huh. One more.
Hey, I'm Jasmine Ellis in Los Angeles, California, and people are talking about Nicki Minaj having a petition to kick her out of the United States from her ex-fans. I think it's funny more than it is surprising because her fans are Gen Z. That's the generation that invented no contact.
Her fans are Gen Z?
Are her fans Gen Z?
They're older than Gen Z. Come on.
No, the Barbs are young.
No.
The Barbs are young.
They've been
Nobody
around for
over
10
40 likes.
Any Barbs?
Barbs in here?
Any Gen Z?
They're so old they can't even stand up and say.
Coming up.
So as we wrap up the year, we need to bow our heads to pay our respects for the Metrocard. It is no more.
All right.
There are actual funerals being held around New York City.
How
because
can they not have one of them yellow cards anymore?
Be right back.
So as we wrap up the year, we need to bow our heads to pay our respects for the Metrocard. It is no more.
All right.
There are actual funerals being held around New York City
How
because
can they not have one of them yellow cards anymore?
they are getting rid of those Metrocards. That's it. They're done tomorrow. By the way, I mean...
Well, wait a minute. What do you do?
No, now it's all just tap. You can tap a credit card. You can tap your phone. That's it.
But you need a credit card or a phone.
Yes. And you're not going to have to pay for buses, apparently, so you won't need it there.
Oh, so maybe
Subways
that's why
are
they're...
still...
Okay, but...
Still got to pay for the subway.
But then that means that whoever uses the subway needs a phone or a credit card.
I just realized when I started using there was no Metrocard when I was using the subway. It was just only tokens. That
God,
was it.
you are older than dirt.
God,
Happy New
which
Year.
makes you... Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.